Hi guys. So this sketchbook activity is called Face the Scribble. Here are the 3 steps, and the materials you're going to need is just a sheet of printer paper, or you can use your sketchbook as well, a pencil, eraser, and if you need it, a sharpener. So step 1, you want to be holding your pencil like a wand and scribble lightly. So this is what I'm talking about. Grip your pencil like this. The point of this is to prevent you from applying too much pressure onto the paper, right, in this regular writing grip. Okay, switch it around kind of like a magic wand, and you're just going to start lightly scribbling, okay? Don't make this dark, not initially. It's optional to look at your paper. You can actually look completely away. You don't have to be aware of what your hand is doing. Okay, this is a good exercise. Scribbling like this, it's a good thing to do if you're ever feeling sort of stuck at all or in a kind of creative rut, right? Anyone can start scribbling. So you should also be varying the direction of your scribbles, meaning you don't always want to be going in the same direction, like up and down or side to side. You want to go diagonally and change directions often. Once you got a good amount of scribbling down, then it's time to set your pencil down. Step 2 is to observe your scribble and see if you can recognize a face. So I'm going to take a few moments to do that for myself. Let's see. I kind of see an angry anglerfish. So looking at a scribble like this and trying to recognize a face, it's not so different from looking at a cloud. It's meant to be light and fun, but I'll point out what I'm talking about here. Over here, I kind of notice an eye over here, and a big frown right there, and I'm kind of noticing, for me, an overall fishy shape, right, where this might be the fins, right? But that eye and mouth, that's really what that's really what gave me the kind of idea to make this an angry anglerfish. So now that I've noticed or recognized a face in this kind of chaos, step 3 is for you to draw the face as you saw it on top of your scribble. Here you got some choices. You don't necessarily have to go in there with hard lines, all right? In fact, I'd encourage you to keep scribbling with a little bit more intentionality, though. Okay, so keep the pencil pressure light. I'm still using this magic wand type grip, and I'm just darkening in some of the areas that I thought were nice in terms of making this into a recognizable face. I'm not committing to an overall shape yet. I'm sort of adding in little bits of detail as I go, noticing other things like these kind of spiky shapes on top of the head. I'm going to kind of take advantage of that. So this is something we're doing on purpose to prevent us from being too willful about this drawing process. Okay. In creativity overall, right? There's many kind of lenses you can think about that. And one of them is, where should I be willful versus where should I let things kind of emerge, right? And what's the relationship between those two processes in my art and the way I create? In this case, this kind of drawing process is much more toward the emergent side versus the willful. Not to say that one's better than the other, but it's important to kind of notice the difference. And it's up to you to determine which one works for you, which one do you enjoy the most. So there we go. So some of the additional details that I started to add in there was kind of like the stripe pattern on the side of the body. But I'm still going with the original kind of seed of the idea of having an angry anglerfish. Okay. Maybe some more spikes coming out of its mouth over here. Okay. So now that I've got a slightly tighter kind of grouping of scribbles now, I can then go ahead and resume with my normal pencil grip and draw in some more details with a little bit more intentionality. Okay. Now for you, you can determine for yourself when you want to change up your pencil grips. You might want to do this whole drawing with tighter and tighter scribbles, and that's fine. Okay. There we go. How can I make this guy look angrier? Yeah. Angled eyes. So yeah, this is an exercise that's meant to be fun. There's no right or wrong answer about this kind of process. And you're free to notice and work with whatever face, shape, or character that you saw or noticed in your scribble. This is one of many, many ways that you can approach the creative process without a preconceived notion of what you're going to produce as an end result. I had no idea I was going to draw an angry anglerfish. Okay, and that's part of the fun of it. Some nice small spikes on the chin over here. Now let's draw this big frown. A nice thing about the scribbling also is it kind of gives you a base of texture, right? So that you can immediately start to imagine the sort of ridges or like wrinkles that might be on this kind of a person, animal, or earth or thing that you might be drawing with a face. You know? For instance, over here with the zebra patterns that I kind of added in on my second pass. Not something I would have imagined just out of the blue on my own. But since there was kind of a baseline or like a first pass of those scribbles, it was a little easier for me to imagine those and see it. Kind of going with the flow. Yeah, so there you have it. That's a pretty good looking anglerfish. Okay, just 3 steps to this. Scribble, notice something, try to find a face, scribble some more, get it tighter and tighter until you get a fairly interesting thing. And, you know, part of this is being open to seeing something out of yourself that you wouldn't normally draw. I definitely don't normally draw anglerfish. Okay. All right, guys. Hope you have fun with this. Good luck. I'll see you in class.